of hate from Mephisto, and this combination executed perfectly at the end of the game.
From Alarak, make it a quad kill set up by that East.
Wow, did you see that mosh pit? 4-man mosh pit while on a conveyor belt. That was like a regular sushi line.
Nubrack, 4 at 50%. Both cores are just absolutely melting. Which one's going to go down first? I think this is going to be Respect the Gooses. Oh my goodness.
Ring. Oh my goodness, the ring. Jaina just pulling up everybody here. That's a 4, make it 5
And it
for
does
nothing.
not fall up. What a play. Oh my God, somebody please clip that.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Nexus Gaming Series. I'm your host today, Aero, and I am joined on my left by my good friend Recychic. How are you doing tonight, buddy?
Wait, so you're over here?
Yes.
Okay. Hello, Aero. How are you? I'm well tonight.
I'm really glad to hear it, Rek.
Excellent.
Rek, what are we casting tonight?
Tonight we are casting a Div C game, if I'm not mistaken. I hope.
It is in fact
it's
Div C East. Div C East. Yes.
Oh, Div C East, even better. Great. We got House of Chez and Zul'jin Distillery. These are two teams that I know quite well. I've played against these guys repeatedly. Pretty much got my butt beat by House of Chez several times, except like once. But even that was a 2-1, right?
I happen to be familiar with
Yeah.
when that was a 2-1. Just showing off a little shirt here on the back of my shirt. I did actually double check. It was a 2-1 victory. We did.
It was
beat them in the regular
2-1,
season
yeah.
of Division C.
And then Zul'jin
season
Distillery is they're everywhere. They've got their own league, not league, but they've got their own like channel, Div C and B to D area, right? Little
Basically.
league kind of thing during the off-season event, the Zul'jin Distillery Invitational. Really fun. Check that out too when that happens again. I think that's coming up soon. So, all right.
It is. Well, real quick, let's go ahead and get into some map bans and standings. I want to take a quick look at the standings here. So this is the first round. This is the quarterfinals of the Division C East playoffs. House of Chez, they came in at number 3, 26 points. They were only 1 point behind the Nexus Cats and Limit Break. Actually, I think that was flipped. I think Limit Break was first, but whatever, they're tied. 25 points for Phoenix Rising Citrine. Now, Zul'jin Distillery at 20 points there. Number 6, so this is the 3 and 6 seed. Take a look at this bracket here. Only one team has played so far. That was Limit Break versus Duratan's Couch, 1 and 8. Limit Break took that 2-0. So House of Chez and Zul'jin Distillery both looking to move on to the semifinals. Our map bans here. We had the bans coming out from House of Chez on Alterac Pass and Towers of Doom, RIP. And then we've got Battlefield of Eternity and Hanamura coming out as bands from Zul'jin Distillery. And our first game is going to be here on Tomb of the Spider Queen.
Oh, stinks. Some of my favorite maps were going on ban there. That's all right though.
So what do you think about these hero bands that we've got so far?
Looks like we got a Bigu tank choke going down already. I already expect like an ETC or something coming from Zul'jin Distillery, so they might even hold off on that unless they want. Actually, they might want to know. Could even go Mal'Ganis. I believe he got buffed a little bit, right? Mostly
He
health.
did. Yeah, just a little bit. He was being played in CCL, so him and Anubarak both got a little bit of love.
I'm actually really excited to see Anubarak. I would love to see that tonight. Because I think he feels great. Even though all they really did was touch his level 20s, I think it actually, by what they changed, actually kind of opened up other builds, I think.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it really does set up a lot of opportunities. for some quite interesting plays when you get into the late game. Now,
Yeah.
our teams here, so we've got the Deckard Cain along with Mephisto there that were just picked, obviously, to go along with May. Some interesting combo synergy that I could see happening there. On the side of Zul'jin Distillery, though, Orphea and Tychus, so picking both of their damage early, leaving a lot of opportunity then for their tank. And I think this is where we might see something that I'm not going to say because I was going to be wrong. I was going to say that ETC pick, or ETC ban that you were talking about, but they instead go with the Leoric.
Yeah. Yeah, I expect ETC, especially with an Orphea, right? Like, she could get that Eternal Feast going along with that Mosh Pit, theoretically, of course. Ooh.
All right, okay. I mean,
Oh,
this
I
is
hope that's
certainly
main tank.
it's certainly a tank variant because Cowboy Kyle's the off lane.
Oh, that's
Zul'jin
so
Distillery.
exciting. I love Taunt Varian. I love it so much. I don't know. It's so... Oh.
And you've got a huge combo there, right? You've got the taunt, you've got the root follow-up, you've got Orphea, whichever ult she takes, probably, I would think, crushing jump.
Yeah.
And Tychus just sits there and just...
Yeah, he just sits there,
just carve
presses
out
D
Rainers.
key, and then goes...
Yeah, exactly. Don't ever
Oh, I
say
am
that
loving these
again.
comps. Oh, I'm liking all of these. Look at that Arthas. Oh, this is going to be a fun game, I can tell.
I feel like that Arthas is going to struggle here. I wonder if they're thinking that variant is a
They
twin
might
blade.
be trying to they might be trying to sniff out the twin blades just in case.
I mean, I feel like Cowboy Kyle now has a lot of opportunity to pick a hero that, you know, he wants, because what's gonna happen against Arthas? And I don't know. Maybe they knew that Rexar was coming. I feel like Rexar is a hero that Cowboy Kyle has played quite a bit of,
Okay.
if I remember correctly. It's been a while.
It has been a minute. I don't quite remember myself. Oh, I'm excited to see both these comps. I kind of like them both. I would see a ton of combo potential coming from House of Chez, and a ton coming from Zul'jin Distillery too. So like, it's kind of single target versus AOE, right? It kind of whoever goes first or whoever initiates first should win the fight theoretically. Although
Yeah, in
that's
theory.
generally how it goes. Yeah. So,
But then you also have to remember that there are these pesky little medallions.
those darned medallions, right? I mean, but you can also play around those, right? You could try to bait them out. There's a lot of things you can do with those. Like, Varian could go in for the charge and just like let them waste their, like, he has no intention of using taunt. He can use it on someone else. Has no intention. And they go, oh shoot, and they, there's a lot of room for some galaxy brain play.
All right,
Oh,
we're
I'm
getting
excited.
into game number 1, Tomb of the Spider Queen of this best of 3 series. We'll go ahead and get started. I'll start off on the right here with Zul'jin Distillery. We've got D-Wit on the Varian, B-Fresh playing the Tychus, Ankle Shot on the Orphea, Malfurion going to be played by Led, and Rexar by Cowboy Kyle.
All right, and on the left side is House of Chez. On Grey Main is going to be Vadude. Chez Mix will be playing May Mariners 005 on Arthas. Caribou playing Deckard, and my boy Flash on Mephisto.
All right, so again, House of Chez, the team on the left here, they're the home team. Number 3 in Division C East, with Zul'jin Distillery number 6. So, you know, it's not like a 1 and 8 where there's, it's likely that one team is fairly superior to the other. At a 3 and a 6, this is a very reasonable possibility of an upset. And both of these teams are long-standing NGS teams. If it's going to happen, this is a great place to have it happen.
You know what? I also just realized something. I made a mistake. Hold on.
Oh,
There we go.
Yeah. Oh, Recychic. My, what a sound you have made. Allow me. Allow me.
Ah, beautiful. It's playoff time.
Well, there's the root coming out onto May, but she does have her cryo free, so she's going to last for at least a moment. She's going to get that icing out. And the stun is going to save Chesmix there. No first blood just yet.
I really loved that Blizzard placement. If putting her behind her and then bopping out below was pretty cool.
Yeah, again, we talked about the potential for combos here. One of the value plays here coming out from the Greymane, maybe at 16, could be that, is it Alpha Wolf or something like that, where you get that additional, or Executioner. It's 30% additional damage to slowed, stunned, rooted something targets. So Greymane could become quite a, no pun intended, but quite a beast later in this game.
The only reason I found that funny is because I actually do believe that was not intended.
It was not intended, absolutely. All right. Well, keeping track of our gladiator medallions there, Malfurion did use his earlier, so that will be a little while before that's back up. But you can see 11 turned in so far for House of Chez.
Yeah, they're doing the old Zulkin turns. I love those. I'm a big fan of getting those turns in every time you rotate, as many as you can, as often as you can. So, always a fan of that. Will never complain. They can't be taken away. They're in.
So far, the XP very similar here. A couple hundred more in favor of House of Chez, just because of the minions. Ultimately, they're slightly in their favor.
Yeah.
And checking in here, so Arthas went into the Howling Blast level 1 here, Frost Presence, along with Frozen Wastes. So he's going to have those the slows for longer when he finishes that quest. But that's, I mean, I feel like this might even be a missed opportunity to go auto attack build. But that's a big taunt with Bfresh jumping in, popping that minigun. Chesmix surviving through all of it.
Yeah, I kind of don't expect that to last after 13 with Varian's, whatchamacallit, Shattering Throw, right? I feel like Mei could actually be the target at that point. As you could simply see right there, like, that shielding definitely saved her at least a little bit.
Well, not only the shielding, but she gets healing from it as well.
Yeah, that
right?
too, right?
And if it goes full duration, that's 40% of her health. Now, Arthas, however, in a bit of danger. Chesmix coming down to try to get onto Cowboy Kyle and keep Mariners alive with just the smallest amount of hit points. But Rek, we got our first Web Weavers here.
Yes, we do. Not only Web Weavers, but also camp. Actually, on the opposite side, the first Web Weavers belong to Red Team.
And the first kill is going to belong to Red Team as well, getting the kill onto the Greymane.
Well done.
That's absolutely fantastic for them. It allows them to finish up this camp in the mid lane relatively safely. They now have kind of carte blanche for whatever they want to do with these Web Weavers. And it looks like they're primarily going to focus up top, getting those level 7s, having a little bit of an XP lead now, primarily from that kill. How much do you think they get out of this, Rek?
Well, it looks like they're probably going to, at minimum, get wall top. I'm going to lots of fort damage as well. They might actually get a full fort even. It's entirely possible, but I expect bottom wall as well. I don't think too much middle is going to happen.
It looks like just the wall, not the towers in mid. All of bot wall is gone, but yeah, they do get a pretty decent amount of value in that top lane. And I think, yeah, they still have a pretty decent amount of gems as well. But
yeah, 24 is most of the way there, right?
House of Chez, they've got enough to turn in. They've already turned in half. And they do have the level 7s as well. Mephisto going in there. So, Rek, do you think this is a Consume Souls, or is this a Durance of Hate type of Mephisto?
This looks like a Durance of Hate, I would say. This looks like a always have ult builds already, just with Spite. The regeneration globes actually proc his, whatchamacallit?
Lord of Hatred.
Lord of Hatred, thank you.
Yeah,
literally
that's the cooldown reduction for all of his abilities, yeah.
Yeah, so I could, and what is it, Hysteria, I think at 13, that does the additional...
Yeah, I think so.
It also does his heroic, yeah. This could be always have Durance build, but you never know, right? Like,
they might have her blocked in here. Oh, she gets the icing. And that's the icing on the cake, being able to just sneak past a couple of people that are body blocking you.
All right, that one was on purpose. I could feel that one.
It might have been on purpose. Mudge, thanks again for the bits. I don't think I said that earlier, but always appreciated.
No bits for me though. That's fine. I understand.
Yeah, pretty much. All right,
Oh.
and there you go. It took them 9 levels, but they finally managed to get the kill onto May, and looked like 18 or so gems on the ground. Now, this is the second Web Weaver phase that a blue hero has been dead, but this time it's their own, and that's a little bit more problematic for House of Chez here.
Yeah, it's going to cripple their push potential here. They kind of are going to want to stick to one lane, and I don't think top is that lane, right? Zul'jin Distillery kind of has this on lock right now. So if I were House of Chez, I'd actually consider pushing bottom, and it was Durnart's. Hey, look at that.
Is. Of course, that Syndragosa, pretty commonly the staple for the offlane Arthas here. And there's that Syndragosa right there. A big Durance onto 2. Greymane diving in, and they complete the kill onto the Varian. Ike is going to fall next, and Lead getting pretty low. Not sure if they... Oh, never mind. I don't know what I'm thinking. The tower shut down. Of course they'll go dive in for it.
Yeah.
Pretty strong triple kill there, Rek.
Yeah, absolutely. Something I actually failed to mention was Scroll of Identify was getting crazy stacks early on with all the Mei stuns from her Blizzard ability. And as you can see there, it definitely helped in that scenario, dropping everybody's armor super low. So faster kills that way. Well played.
Yeah, that worked out really well in their favor. The combination of the Syndragosa along with Durance into the team, even with Mei kind of coming in late, if I remember correctly, she wasn't there right when that initiated, still set the team up, and they actually netted out a full fort thanks to that play.
Absolutely. You know what? I'm beginning to think that I think House of Chez really likes geometry because number one, they've got squares, triangles, and circles galore. And number two, they had simple geometry Hanzo banned from them, right? So
very true, very true.
You know what? I think they just like shapes.
True. Now, most of those shapes that you mentioned, of course, two-dimensional, but Deckard with the 3D thinking, he's got cubes.
Oh, he does have cubes. He doesn't have squares. You're right.
Yep.
I mean, it does a square area damage, but that's beside the point. Simple trigonometry.
All right. What else do we have that's interesting?
Top four went down. We completely missed.
I mean, I showed it. It was up on screen, but yeah, we didn't talk much about it. We did just see the kill onto Mephisto there. Now, this is the thing, like, Mephisto's one of those heroes that you're like, it's cool, I'll dive in because they can't kill me in 2.5 seconds until they can.
Yeah.
And even if you know, I mean, Tychus does a lot of damage, even if you're a squishy target. It's still percent damage.
Yeah. And I think we're about to see that right here demonstrated. No! A disengaged snowball from Mei might be able to save her as well as the peel from her boy Deckard. And actually a reverse kill onto Orphea. Big plays coming from House of Chez, but they're not quite done yet. Doesn't look like. I think Arthas wants more. Mariners wants some more. He's saying more, please. But are they going to find it? Nah.
Well, Greymane gets the turn in, but I don't know if you noticed that, Rek. That avalanche, there's no way this was on purpose. It actually interrupted the turn from Cowboy Kyle, too. That kept Rexar out of that fight long enough because he went back to turn in after that.
Truly incredible.
Here comes that Syndragosa. It's going to just barely hit the end of one of the towers there, so they don't get too far. The big root coming out on Varian, the Gladiator Medallion is going to keep him safe for a moment, but he's going to get stunned by the Blizzard. Combo coming in from Orphea, though, as 1-for-1 trade. Varian falling, followed by Arthas.
It is a 1-for-1 trade, but House of Chez has their web weavers pushing right now, so it's still dangerous for Zul'jin Distillery, right? That's still that much less damage that they're dealing against the web weavers. Granted, it's not as much damage House of Chez is dealing with them, but I think it's still technically a net in favor of House of Chez.
Yeah, you know, this is a really interesting game. At the beginning of the game, it looked like Zul'jin Distillery had exactly what they needed. Once they got that taunt, they were really forcing House of Chez into awkward positioning. They got the top fort down, after that mid fort, but they were really getting some kills. Now, with all of the front defenses down, it's really House of Chez looking like they're in control of this game right now.
Absolutely. With 3 forts down, for sure.
Mariners 005. That Tychus D is so strong. Well,
What are you doing? Get up there. Go play.
Arthas over here.
I know. Hey, listen, I remember someone yelling at Shui for being in chat when we used to play, so... And he was an offlaner, too.
It's clearly just a Div C thing. You got nothing better to do.
Clearly a
than
Div C offlaner thing.
Yeah. So, 22 available here for House of Chez, but only needing 6 is Zildjian. Oh, I didn't
here goes May. Here comes the Shattering Throw to interrupt, but here comes the Avalanche, actually. Coming out, getting Tychus nice and isolated, but Arthas is taking tons of damage here, and a big old root might be able to peel him off. And look at this turnaround from House of Chez, but it's not quite over yet because Arthas goes down immediately afterward. Flash taking tons of damage as well, and Tychus is sitting on him with that minigun. There he goes.
Yeah, and Flash also he was retreating into the laser drill. You know, some great plays from both sides there, but ultimately, once Rexar came into the fight, once he brought in the boards, that's where it started to really go against House of Chez. It looked like maybe they were going to pull that one out, and then the board showed up, Misha showed up, suddenly 3 heroes are dead on the side of House of Chez. Zildjian Distillery now with a 16 advantage. And some web weavers.
This game is swinging like a pendulum. Pendulum. Excuse me. Going back and forth.
That D in that pendulum is a tough one. So.
Okay. Well, I mean, your boy Tychus is having no problem hitting the D key, so...
Yeah, but he only has to hit it every so often, because at 96 stacks on In the Rhythm, that minigun lasts for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
McGiblet's 2000 IQ laser right there, yeah. The one that was used to save him from the resulting avalanche ends up getting him a kill.
Right.
Sometimes it just works out. Top lane has that web weaver still pushing, so it's going to get a little bit of wall damage as the team's focusing right here in the middle of everything.
Yeah. Zildjian Destroyer looks like they want to rotate there, but only Varian's there right now. Maybe they don't want to.
Yeah, and I was going to say they might even know that like Malfurion and Orphea aren't there.
Whoa, May? Excuse me?
I think May was maybe looking for an avalanche there.
I think so.
And couldn't quite find it safely.
So. No, especially since everyone started disengaging as soon as they noticed health bars and then an enemy one. Like, wait a minute. There's an imposter among us.
What is this this wolf in sheep's clothing?
Yeah.
I'm so confused. Why is your name red? Did you just vent?
Yeah, big shout out to Chesmix with the poverty horse as well. Really enjoy that.
First time playing.
First time playing May. I'm very convincing if that is the case.
All right, well, we've got the Bruiser camp coming up here for Zildjian Distillery. Getting very close on the turn for House of Chez. Now, keeping in mind, of course, we've seen a couple of heroes from both sides lose pretty significant amounts of gems. We saw May lose about almost 20 early on there. And then we saw on that engagement over that mid fort, a couple of those heroes die and lose over. At least one of them had 20, and certainly more with the total. So very even in the numbers right now. They're both getting close to having yet another webweaver.
Yeah. Oh, Roderick Staff.
Oh, is that the Pimp Cane? It sure is.
It is. Oh, all right, here we go. D-Wood's setting up here. Nope, never mind.
Well, and they're a little split. Orphea's up top. Rexar had to come around because he couldn't find a good angle. But, I mean, everybody from House of Chez is in bot. Meanwhile, Zildjian still are going to turn in up top and get at least a few more. They only need 3 more. Malfurion does have enough, but Hunt's going to go out onto the May. Big stay a while is actually probably going to save her. And I think this is just a straight-up disengage. I don't think... never mind. Arthur says, not today. Looking for that Malfurion. Can't quite catch up, though.
Is this the old everybody presses R and nobody dies game? Or play, rather?
Pretty close.
Yeah,
pretty close. A couple of shorter ultimates like the Taunt and the Crushing Jaw is still there. Speaking of that Taunt, Chesmic's going to get caught this time And there are no ultimates to come out to save, but do they get the counter kill onto Orphea? They do succeed. The Web Weaver's coming out now for Zul'jin Distillery as Greymane having to dive away. Big root coming out onto DeWitt and Misha. And make it another root coming out from the Mephisto, and Cowboy Kyle is toast.
Mm-hmm. The hysteria, getting this ult back. The Durance of Hate. Look, it's already back to 15 seconds. It was just used. Oh my goodness.
It is absolutely bonkers how often you can use Durance. Now, I expect to see the oh no, you didn't take it. Okay, we went with Mimic. The upgrade, and I don't remember the name of it, but the upgrade to Durance of Hate is absolutely disgusting. With a 3-second silence. Actually, I guess it's even longer because it's now they changed it so that it's a silence as long as the root duration, which is 3 seconds, and an additional few seconds afterwards. So that's a really long silence.
No kidding.
Shout out to Mudge for calling that out at me when I was playing Mephisto and told him that that's not how that worked. So we have Mariners here juking away, getting able to get away from the Tychus and Malfurion as the rest of House of Chez is going to work on this boss. And the good thing is that at least 2 heroes are in the bot lane for Zul'jin Distillery, so this is a relatively comfortable boss play for them. And more importantly, they have enough for a turn as we see Mephisto heading there right now. They're going to get this boss on the map. They're going to have a turn-in available.
Ooh.
This is a really strong play.
Yeah, absolutely. I see Tychus took Bob and Weave for that sweet, sweet Mario Kart double dash.
Yeah, and it's glory to the Alliance, so even more spell power more often with the bonus healing, but Varian getting caught by that avalanche is a bad day for Zul'jin Distillery.
That might be it. Well, who knows, right? I mean, the core's not down yet, so... Oh, well... there goes what's it called?
Syndragosa.
Oh, stay while listen actually just got interrupted by Tychus's grenade, if I'm not mistaken. So there's that to go with it, I suppose.
Yeah, that might be okay though, because you know he did take Respect the Elderly. Having that interrupted isn't a great big deal because now if he gets in a better position, which
I don't think he's gonna be in a good position right here. He's kind of going back to Hall of Storms. But or if he goes down, it's fine. It's fine.
4 is dropping pretty quickly, and this is the place where Mimic gets a lot of value, is it really increases the siege potential for Mephisto, in addition to the damage it can do to heroes, but it's going to burn down quickly, and that's going to be game number 1 going over to House of Chez. That was a pretty... I mean, you mentioned that game was like a pendulum. That was back and forth a lot. There were some very significant power spikes between both teams. The kill count, 10-9. These are some very evenly matched teams. And, I mean, based on what we just saw, I'm going to be amazed if we don't see a 3-game series and that if we don't see them all very, very close to just seeing here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I was really hoping. I like both these guys. I like DeWitt. I know DeWitt. I know Flash. I actually literally met Flash. Fun. You already knew that though. I don't need to go into that.
That Twitch chat isn't.
All right, Twitch chat doesn't know. I actually met Flash this year. Now it feels like it was 3 years ago, but I met him this year in January, at a convention in Maryland. And I made a post in NGS like, is anyone at MagFest? Like knowing full well no one's gonna. And I get a DM randomly. I'm like in the lobby of the hotel and or the venue or whatever you want to call it, the convention center. And I'm like, and it goes, hey, are you here? I'm in room whatever. And I'm like, all right. So I actually got to meet up with Flash, really cool guy. And like I said, DeWitt, he's the Zul'jin Distillery invitational dude. Great guy as well. I've known both of them. They're both wonderful to play against. Both Div C veterans, I suppose. So yeah, I was coming in here like fully excited for this game. I really wanted to see this match, and I'm so happy that they're both coming, just guns blazing, right?
Absolutely. And I just wanted to clarify that what you just said was that someone randomly slipped into your DMs, said, I'm in this room, and you just went.
Absolutely. I was intoxicated. I was taken advantage of.
The first half of that does not surprise me in the least, because I've seen you at
Yeah, you've seen me at my worst.
yeah.
At my low point.
Hey, it's murder.
Hey, I'm thinking we can give him one of those, right? Quick dab.
Oh wait, hold on. Let me go to the cams and then you can dab.
Oh, all right.
Right.
All right, now. Okay.
Dab away. There you go.
Perfect.
Thank you, Murder. Much appreciated with the Twitch Prime. Glad to see you.
Love you, Murder.
Does that mean we have the whole squad here? I saw Joey. Is
Joey was
Nick
here.
out there?
Hold on, let me leave voice. 'Cause, oops.
Oh yeah. I was like, man, Rec, why do you sound so weird?
Let me leave voice. But yeah, Joey was in there. I think Nick is here. I think he is. He's got to be, right? Let's take a look at the users in chat. Nope, he isn't. Never mind.
You're on our team as the on-field reporter. Oh man.
Cowboy Kyle is your daddy? He's everybody's daddy.
Restart.
Let me actually join game. That
So
would be really helpful.
Rec,
Yes.
they banned out Towers of Doom,
Yeah.
which makes me sad because Towers of Doom is one. Of my
It,
favorite.
it
It is my
makes
favorite
you
map.
sad.
Yeah.
They banned out Battlefield of Eternity. That makes me sad.
But they did not ban out Dragonshire. That's actually going to be our next map, and
Okay.
I'm okay with that. I'm looking forward to this. I'm a fan of Dragonshire, not as much as Towers, but I do like Dragonshire. I think that the opportunity for play and counterplay here is even greater than it was on Tomb of the Spider Queen. Nick is here. He's currently singing though. Okay. We're having a watch party. Oh,
All
there
right.
we go. Makes sense.
Gotcha.
Arthanow and Mark Zombie, both from the Nexus Cats, watching the cast tonight, looking to see, how things go. Who are their opponents going to be potentially later in the series? Getting a little bit of scouting in so that they can see what kind of craziness comes up. And one of the things that I remember out of House of Chez specifically from our time with them was that House of Chez had some pretty, it was hard to scout them because they would play whatever.
Yeah.
In whatever miscellaneous combo of things, and it was tough to scout them, but it was also tough to play them because
The biggest butt whooping they gave me was in season 5. They ran a Nubarak Kerrigan, and they were rotating on our side of the map. It was on Infernal Shrines, and they're rotating our side. And I'm like, oh my god, you could not approach them. They were already on you. So yeah, they've got some nasty comps. These guys have been around for a long time, and they all play together they've played together for years. So, yeah.
yeah. And interesting fact that Murder and Nick that we mentioned earlier, 2 other members of the former Regen Red Division C Grand Championship team. You got to throw that out every once in a while since we're doing the playoffs.
Yeah, I'm wearing my champion shirt as well. I forgot to mention.
In case anybody's scouting Recychic.
Yeah,
Lucio
yeah. I think there's one character I play. I don't play any of the others. So as soon as that bans, I put a forfeit, and that's game.
All right, so we're all set up for Dragonshire. Let's take a look at these maps again. At the beginning there, we saw the bans on Alterac Pass and Towers of Doom from House of Chez. Zul'jin Distillery, they banned out the Battlefield of Eternity and Hanamura Temple. Both of these maps have been picked by Zul'jin Distillery. The first one was Tomb of the Spider Queen. House of Chez was able to pull off a victory in that one, and we'll see how Dragonshire goes. But let's take a look at these standings again. The bracket, first off, we see Limit Break. They defeated Durtan's Couch. So it's the only match so far that's been played. If anything's been played and unreported, not my fault. But 2-0 Limit Break over Durtan's Couch. That's the number 1 and number 8 seed. As we can see here on the brackets, as I mentioned earlier, Nexus Cats, they're looking to take out Heavy Slaps, or maybe Heavy Slaps wants to slap him around. I don't know. I think that may even be taking place tonight, so maybe they've already played. But in any case, these teams are looking to find out who they're playing against from this best of 3 series between House of Chez and Zul'jin Distillery.
Excellent.
And the standings once again there. House of Chez number 3, Zul'jin Distillery number 6. A few points certainly between them, or separate them, but clearly a very competitive division out of Division C East.
That's exciting. I mean, I think this game evidences that just on its own, right?
Oh yeah,
Pretty
for sure. I mean, this was a
competitive,
very close. This first game was very close. And I wanted to pull up here real quick. Who won the series in the regular season? Looks like it looks like actually House of Chez had a 2-0 domination on this one.
Okay.
On this
I
set.
would not have guessed that from watching these games. That last game, rather.
Yeah, the thing about like really close games like this, as just getting into the draft, is that you can have 2 really close games, you can have 3 really close games, but you have to really like evaluate the games on their individual merits, not based on the set, right? Because that game, even though it was a loss for Zul'jin Distillery, looked really strong for them for much of that game. So even a 2-0 loss, if that's the case for them, they still played really well in that first game. This game could be a toss-up, so who knows? We'll see how it goes. I would not be surprised to see a 3-game set, but I also wouldn't be surprised to see a 2-0 coming out from House of Chez in a really strong game between the two of them again. And we're going to see more tank choking.
It's the same bands as last game, too. The Garrosh, Diablo, and the Johanna, at least so far. Big tank chokes instead of Zool this time. All right.
A little bit of a different map, too. This isn't a map I would typically expect to see Zool on, because he doesn't really do well in that just straight-up 1v1 brawl phase over the point.
Right.
So it really changes your dynamic. But we are going to stick with the Varian, this time getting the blow-up combo with the Li Ming.
All right, I see you.
And there's the ETC that was conspicuously absent from last game.
Yeah, I'm glad that both these teams got their tanks out like immediately. That's a really fun tank choke that both teams are trying to go for there. Kind of forced the ETC, press the issue a little bit. Junkrat Vala.
I mean, Junkrat is really strong on this map. He provides a lot of zone defense, if you will, from his traps, especially if you've got a silence trap. You put that silence trap in one of those bushes around the control points, and suddenly you have a very difficult time getting in there. That's a couple seconds of silence when you've got ETC to power slide and then some follow-up Vala damage. I mean, you can kill a hero pretty quickly.
Absolutely. What I'm just wondering is, what else pairs with these two?
These two damage?
The two damage, yeah. What else pairs well with that? Like Ariel comes to mind.
Yeah, I mean,
kind of.
I was gonna say a Malfurion, a Tyrande probably.
Oh, Tyrande.
Tyrande would
cool.
work really strong.
I think Tyrande would be pretty nice, yeah. And what about this side? A Malfurion, a Tyrande.
Go figure, right? It turns out that
right?
when you're trying to kill somebody, one single target, those two heroes really help that out.
Yeah, absolutely. It might even be a Brightwing from Zul'jin Distillery, even. I could see that. Rayman. Ooh.
I almost want to see a Brightwing on House of Chez now.
Yeah, I could see that.
And I could see an.
I think we're gonna. I think we
Luther?
might see. No, but not necessarily, because
On Zul'jin
Dragonshire,
Distillery?
like, there's really no reason for Brightwing to ever have to teleport to other lanes. She's usually gonna be with the team the whole time. So I don't know.
Well, I like the.
Oh,
What?
oh boy. Oh no. What?
Oh. Okay. Well, apparently Lunara was not supposed to be the pick. Apparently there was one of the players had a glitch, was not able to change it or something, I guess. So there you go. There goes my surprise pick, says Marnus. I was kind of wondering about that, because the Kyle I mentioned is their solo lane, right? So it was pretty clear to me that they were either doing something funky or maybe something went wrong because they didn't have a healer yet.
That's really strange. Fumble. Fumble.
All right, well, so everything that just happened, I mean, I don't know. We're not mods, so I don't know exactly what the detail is there. I'm assuming
I don't know either.
It looks
That's
like
strange.
they're fine with that, but I mean, presumably everything up until that point is going to remain the same.
I would hope so, at least. Yeah, just for what's the word?
Posterity?
Statistic. Yeah, posterity, but I mean, like stats wise.
Yeah, you're talking about okay.
Yeah, it's talking statistically speaking.
Yeah. Vikings all. You know what? I mean, it could happen.
It actually might be.
Yeah, I mean,
it's not impossible. Yeah. Actually, I heard that was a viable Braxis strategy.
I'm not gonna make any comments on it.
All right. I'll keep it to myself.
I'm certainly not gonna say that there's any PTSD on my side.
Oh no. Junkrat ball.
All right, so
what was it supposed to? Well, the bands
Anduin
first.
next, and then Rexar were the bands, and the Rexar band doesn't surprise me, right? I mean, we already know the
No,
Cowboy
not even a
Kyle
little bit.
plays. And this is probably his best map. Maybe Braxis gives it a run. All right, so I'm expecting we're gonna keep the Greymane here, but in theory they're gonna. There's the Tyrande. Okay.
Okay. All right. That's odd. I wonder what that looked like on their end if it was a glitch. Interesting.
So I mean that's a good denial from House of Chez.
Yeah.
I could still see potentially Brightwing. Brightwing's gonna help shut down the Greymane. It's gonna help shut down the Varian, but it doesn't quite have the. Well, it can also help the burst potential from a Li Ming. Rhaegar does some of those things.
I don't know. I kind of like the Brightwing better.
I kind of do too, but it kind of depends.
not
I mean,
bad,
Rhaegar
right?
has a shorter cleanse. He eventually does get a shield, which of course Brightwing could too, but it's a lower shield on a lower cooldown.
Yeah.
So we'll see. The single target healing I think is a little bit greater
Oh.
potential out of Rhaegar, and we're gonna see a Gazla
we're gonna
versus
get Gaz.
Arthas. This is gonna be an interesting matchup.
Yeah. I don't know who the wins that. I don't know. I haven't really played in a while, to be honest. Not seriously, at least. So,
Oh, you know what? I didn't actually check to see what our poll had last time. Let's see what those results look like. Poll said nobody wins. Of course. All right. Well, you know what? Let's do this poll because I didn't mention that. Who wins game number 2? Is it going to be House of Chez? They're the blue team on the left here, or is it going to be Zul'jin Distillery? Now vote in chat, and don't worry. The results from this poll will come back in approximately a minute and a half after you've heard this. You're not going to have to wait a week for this one.
yikes.
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 All right, here we go.
Topic.
Dragonshire. Rec, take it away, buddy.
All right. Blue team, left team, ladies and gentlemen, Div C East. It's going to be House of Chez. Flash will be playing Vala, the Dude playing Junkrat, Chesmix on ETC, Mariners on Arthas, and Caribou on Rhaegar.
All right, and over to the right, it's the Zul'jin Distillery. We got Cowboy Kyle on the Gazlo, Be Fresh on Greymane, Led on the Tyrande, Ankle Shot on Li Ming, and DeWitt on the Varian.
Let's go.
Do we have any pleb mounts? Is Chesmix riding?
Do we have any poverty mounts?
Nope.
No. All right, Tyrande already top damage. This is GG. Uh-oh.
Well, a bit of a boop there. DeWitt gonna go flying back to his own wall as Chesmix gonna walk. Walk away.
Take a little stroll. Grab that tap. And get out.
Well, there's you know what? That's the best gladiator medallion you're gonna see at level 1 there, avoiding the slow from Varian and that lunar flare from Tyrande. Because without that, Junkrat's a dead boy.
extremely dead boy, and he also went ahead and got his detective tap going. So, lunar flare a little too far to the left there. I think if that landed, that was a dead cow.
Oh, easily for sure. Now, you know, this is going to be interesting. If you're Junkrat here, do you take Dirty Trickster at 7 because of the taunt blow-up combo?
I think there's call for it, right?
Yeah, or do you take the silencing traps?
Well, actually, maybe you
tough
do take the
call.
silencing tracks, because if it's going to be probably shield wall from Varian, that's not going to do anything, right? Like
Potentially,
Dirty
but it's not
Trickster,
just
right?
Varian that you're talking about, right? Greyming's going to try to dive
Greymane's
in
going
on
to be
that.
there. Li Ming could be if she goes with the Ether build, or the teleport build.
Yep, Calamity. Yep.
Calamity, yeah. I was like thinking Ether Walker, and I'm like, that's not the right one. That's not the right teleport.
It's potentially part of that build, but
it
looks
can
like this could be just the easiest dragon pickup at 1 minute and 45 seconds for Zul'jin Distillery
so,
here. And look at this dragon's health. It has no health.
What's it say? It's sitting at a cozy 8,850. I think Diablo has more than that at like 18 or something.
I mean, he definitely can. Him, Stitches,
He can, yeah.
Cho'Gall, you know, maybe even a Nazebo with the right talents. But you see, I mean, they get the 1 tower, but this dragon's toast.
Yeah. Well, I mean, early siege is early siege, right? They got
That's true. They get that burst of XP.
mid wall. That's fine, right?
Yeah.
That's a decent lead.
It makes things a little bit easier for them throughout the
Absolutely.
game. Now that vote went away. What were the results, I wonder?
Aero. We're so bad at this.
Results say Zul'jin Distillery.
Mid, well gone as well.
Rec. Chat says Zul'jin Distillery is going to take us to a game 3. What do you think?
I kind of hope so. I've been having fun with these two, so I kind of hope so.
All right, well, you know, it's 3 minutes into the game, and in most Dragonshire games, there would still be a Dragon Knight. Big power slide there onto the lead, and Tyranda's going to get taken out quickly. Great target of opportunity there. Kill onto the Tyrande, and now rotation coming in from House of Chez to get onto the Bruiser camp in the bot lane.
Good call.
Now, you know, I do have to bring this up, Rec. We've got a Varian, Greymane, Li Ming. This is a combo that was pretty much the go-to when, if I remember correctly, I think Li Ming was the third one of these 3 to come out. Looks like Cowboy Kyle might be able to catch up to Mariners, but not quite. But because of that potential for the quick burn, right? You had the cursed bullet, then you blow up the target with Li Ming resets onto whoever got taunted.
Yeah.
I mean, other than Gladiator medallions, you get a taunt Lunar Flare combo on somebody, and these two can burn them quickly.
They're just gone. They'll also have a Hunter's Mark on them for the lowered armor. They're taking that much more damage from Li Ming. Max distance, I don't even want to think about what that is.
Another fantastic Gladiator medallion here, this time on the Gazlo. Gazlo was a split second away from just sure death there. Managed to pull off that medallion and walks away.
You know what they say, get gassed.
And you know what? I don't know that Mongoose is out there watching, but if he was, I can hear him complaining about that.
No.
Because I know, like, you know, it's so frustrating when you set up your combo and you do everything right and the enemy just walks away.
Tung. He doesn't like him?
No.
Okay. I'm pretty neutral on the whatchamacallit, the Gladiators, man. I don't mind it, but here comes DeWitt going for a nice taunt onto ETC, but not before getting bopped backwards back into 3 members of House of Chez. I don't think they're going to get the kill here. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. No, actually, Be Fresh is going to be the target of dying. And Ankle Shot doing absolutely everything in their power to get Caribou. Actually, ones are getting Flash instead. Through collateral damage. I think that was the siege camp. But and 2 for 1 in favor of House of Chez.
Yeah, I mean, that's totally worth it. And they nearly had that third kill onto the Varian. It was so close that Concussion Mine, if it was just a moment sooner, would have been enough. Now, level 7 here for Junkrat, buddy. It's neither of the options we mentioned. No dirty trickster, no whatever the silencing traps is called.
It's bogged down. Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine.
I mean, all three of those talents are very useful, especially on a map like this.
Yeah.
I just think it's funny that we were like, it'll be this or that, and it's neither.
It's just straight up neither one. All right. Well, that's fine.
But Rek, look at what we do have.
What do we have? Oh, don't even. Oh my god. Is that what I think it is?
What do you think it is?
Wait, hold on. Maybe I'm looking at the wrong thing.
I think you're looking at the wrong...
stage dive.
It's a stage dive.
Stage dive. Hell yeah. I'm always ready.
Speaking of
here it
stage
is.
dive, right there. Looking at the Gazlo, they get the power slide. Vala's up here. Rhaegar's up here. It's a 4-man rotation. And stage dive coming in like we called it out. Said, hey, this would be a great opportunity for a stage dive. And then it was.
What are you looking at? I'm looking at stage dive. Whoosh. And he just yeets himself to the other side of the map. Incredible. Oh, that's so funny.
Oh, man. ETC all by himself there for a moment. Does get a big slide. Ancestral going to come in. Riptire's going to get the deletion onto the Li Ming. Holy cow. And you know that they were looking, saying, oh, we got this kill on the ETC, and suddenly they got nothing. Yeah. Two dead people is what they got. Almost a third one, but Greymane was able to make it out.
All right. Second dragon? This is the second one, right? Yeah.
It is. This one's a little bit stronger. Has a little bit more damage, a little bit more health. But it's already taken a bit of damage here. It's currently sitting about half health.
Just a touch.
Getting to work on this mid fort as the heroes have returned from Zul'jin Distillery. The big punt onto Varian as the tower going to get shut down by Syndragosa. And there goes the Tyrande. Big root. Stage dive coming in. Rek, where do they take it from here?
Well, apparently backwards, because that root disengage, I suppose, is going to send it that way. Or no, are they looking to... Maybe they're looking for a bruiser invade. I think Chesmix wanted to, but he's going to hop on out of there, actually. So they take it to their siege camp, actually. Their House of Chess takes it to Zul'jin Distillery's siege camp, that is. I think Li Ming knows about it. Ankle shot kind of hovering near there. I saw a danger ping. Doesn't matter. They got the siege.
Yeah, so what we're seeing there is that Aetherwalker. So again, at level 1, every few seconds, Li Ming can get a free teleport. When she does that, she gets 10% additional damage to her missiles. So she's using that free teleport to increase her damage onto the minion wave and get that cleared a little bit faster. And there's only one camp rather left on the map, but that's not what they're going for. They're possibly looking for this rotation. Chesmix eyeballing that Li Ming, but just a little bit too late to catch that. As we get the rotation from Zul'jin Distillery down into the bot lane. Bot lane, typically the most valuable here in Dragonshire, and certainly looking like it's in favor still of Zul'jin Distillery just by a little bit. There's still one tower up.
Ever so slightly. Level lead does belong to House of Chess, but they might get some kind of pressure here with that siege camp bottom lane, right?
Oh, can they get this ETC? Oh my goodness. Once again, the Gladiator's Medallion.
Poof.
And it looked like overall that was just a very slightly mistimed, like the Lunar Flare, maybe they were out of range or something.
Right. Potentially. I mean, Lunar Blaze does increase that quite a bit. Actually, I think the mid-fort might go down.
It does look like it there. The stage dive just a little bit off, and Riptire gonna get a bunch of damage, but no kills out of it.
Yeah.
Gonna check in on this top lane, noting, of course, that there's still stuff going on in the bot, but Arthas versus Gazlo, they're both getting pretty low here. Arthas is gonna pull away as there are just so many turrets. Unfortunately, missing that kill onto ETC, but Cowboy Kyle pushing Arthas back. Did you see that kill down here?
I actually didn't. I was wondering. I was very fascinated with who wins that fight, because it kind of looked like Arthas was going to win it for a moment. but then it didn't. All right, Be Fresh got in the dragon. Uh-oh, but Varian died to Junkrat, the dude. Got a nice little auto attack on him. Yeah.
Got split apart by that concussion mine and found himself in the wrong side of several members of House of Chez.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, going up top, they're going to be able to get this well. So, you know, some of the fight that they've had up here between this Gazlo and Arthas could be reduced if they're able to get that well. You see the pings calling for the well, but the Dragon Knight instead looking for that tower is just barely going to be able to get it. Greymane, however, oh no!
Oh.
Oh.
Oh dear.
That was such a well-placed concussion mine.
Yeah.
Half of that feels on purpose and half of it feels bad for Greymane because if he'd kept going, the mine would have been poorly positioned, right? It would have booped him away. But he dove back in and then got booped into the team because of it.
Yeah. I would argue all of that feels bad for Greymane.
Well, fair enough.
Siege dive! Gonna go ahead and stun the... Oh my god, look at this CC chain coming out on D-Whip, but it doesn't matter. He's Varian. He don't mind. Another taunt got to come out on top of Chez Mix. He actually dies to the tower shots there. He took a lot of that subtracted armor. And Starfall getting those Qs for lead out much, much faster. The chase is still on. No, it's not.
Yeah, that sounds remarkably like when I said, where do they go from here, Rek? Thinking there's about 4 minutes left of this fight as they walk away.
Yeah.
The chase is on. Just kidding.
Don't listen to me. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just casting a Division C game for a league.
Well, and a little bit of like, you know, kind of awareness going on here between Zul'jin Distillery and House of Chez, kind of just pointing out. They know where they are. They know what they're doing. Both teams are 16 here. And this is, I mean, this is a fairly good power spike here. I mean, certainly for any character, I mean, the level 16 talents are really significant.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you have to recognize the fact that, you know, Varian gets that Banner of Dalaran, so he's doing 20%, well, he's not doing, all of his team is doing 20% more spell power. But when you've got Li Ming, that's a big value boost. Also for the Gazlo.
Yeah, I'm not, so I see that the entire House of Chez is down bot lane. I actually was about to mention Zul'jin Distillery might not know that. I didn't see if Mariners got in there. It's all sneaky like, but it doesn't matter now. He's frontmost right now, and actually went for the Sindragosa disable on the fort. They would just want to guarantee this fort, which is actually, I think, a decent play.
It is. I mean, they have that bruiser camp, so that'll be able to push a little bit. That's got to be addressed, or that'll cause some significant keep damage.
I think they're going to go ahead and sacrifice their fort for potential siege damage, maybe even a kill here. As D-Wit goes flying backwards, and while their entire House of Chez is standing in the Starfall, it's not enough to save him. Mariners gets a nice ancestral heal from his buddy Rhaegar to save the day. I see Ankle Shot looking to go in with this Calamity, right? But just can't seem to find the finishing blow with it.
Yeah, you don't want to dive in with your teleport and then find yourself surrounded by a team of chain stuns here.
Oh, get gassed. Nope. Just kidding. Mariner's actually in quite a bit of trouble, and kind of says, no, I die here. And went back in to get himself back into the game faster. Oh, stage dive up top. ETC going to go ahead and grab that. Caribou's waiting here, but Be Fresh is on the way. Knows that they're there. All right, no dragon for House of Chez just yet. And that's
we talked. Camp. Yeah, I was just gonna say we talked about that bruiser camp up top. It's gotten a little bit of value, not a ton, but certainly enough. The wall is down, where with enough of a team fight, you know, we could see Zul'jin Distillery take the death bridge.
Yeah. Might we talk about the 213 health keep and the ankle shot that is not going to go down just yet with that wave of force? Wow. That wave of force saved your life. Well done.
And that's probably the number one reason for having Wave of Force, honestly.
Yeah.
Disintegrate, worst talent in the game. Because it's paired up against Wave of Force, which is so good. But level 20 is still a half a level away here for Zildjian Distillery, so they're not in a position that they want to fight. I would like to see House of Chez like maybe go knock over that keep, but if they can find a quick pick here, that works out very well in their favor. Ereboo, however, going to be the one that falls, and here comes the stage dive into Gazlo's combo. DeWitt now getting stunned. ETC gets a big power slide, and it's Varian that falls next. Here comes the Riptire looking for more as Greymane falling, and not quite able to get the kill on. Aha! Just kidding. And House of Chez now getting this Dragon Knight. The dude putting in work. Only the Li Ming and Tyrande left, and they're both pretty low.
One of them's dead, actually.
And one of them's dead. I mean, Rek, this could very well be the charge moment here for House of Chez. 30 seconds until any of the big damage potential other than that Li Ming comes back onto the map.
Yeah, I think we can pretty safely say this is GG. I think so, yeah. No, there's no way one Li Ming versus 4 people can do this.
Well, I would say one Li Ming versus 4 people could, but not a Dragon Knight.
No, yeah.
She can't boop the heroes into the petrification stuns, the assistance from the core. So it is going to be House of Chez with the 2-0 victory over Zildjian Distillery.
Well then.
And
Once
that was...
again,
yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, once again, not exactly how I was expected it to go. I think the 14 kills to 5 is a little bit of a misnomer. I think the macro play from Zildjian Distillery was kind of on point. They were in that bot lane for quite a bit. They had control of it for a while, and then they actually reversed it. Got control of top for a bit, right?
Yeah, it was quite an interesting match to see. This game was really interesting, like the combos between the two teams. But ultimately, only one team can win, and in this case, that's going to be House of Chez. Do you see the stats and the talents and everything?
I do.
Is there anything specifically that you see here that you kind of want to highlight?
Oh, let's take a look. I do like Shooting Star a lot with a Varian rather on Tyrande. It's every 8th basic attack casts a lunar flare to a random enemy near her position, and it prefers heroes. So actually, if done right, you could get a sick, nasty stun onto a taunted target. But that's one thing. I don't see anything too insane. Yeah, is there anything you wanted to highlight?
Nope, I just wanted you to talk so that I could get our interview set up.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, that was one thing. That's one thing.
No, it's all good. Let's go ahead and hop over to the NGS lobby so we can get our interview going.
Absolutely.
Alrighty, we are joined by the one and only Flash from our good buddies over at House of Chez. Fantastic game
from New Jersey. I was
ready for it too.
Listen, I would never presume to dox anybody on purpose, anyways. But yeah, congratulations. Listen, how's your team feeling? I mean, that you guys have now succeeded in the quarterfinals. You're going on to the semifinals. How's the team feeling after all this?
Team's feeling good, man. Team chemistry is on point, and we pulled it together. We got a good win tonight.
And it looked really good. Game 1 was a very kind of balanced, close game. Both teams had their moments of like really flashy plays. Game 2, I gotta tell you, the highlight moment for us was me saying, "Hey, Rek, do you see what I see?" And he's like, "Oh no, what do I see?" And he can't figure it out for a second. Then he's like, "Wait a minute, is that a stage dive?" And sure enough, that moment is the moment that Chez like pops up top, kills Gazlo. So
can't wait to watch that.
That's our like yay high five moment. But you guys played fantastic games. So they picked the maps on both of these. Is it generally your preference to have first pick? Did it work out in your favor for that, or is that just kind of how it.
I think just in terms of the pre-planning strategy for this matchup, we wanted first pick.
So both teams ultimately get what they want. They clearly wanted map pick. You clearly wanted first pick, and that just kind of worked out in everybody's favor. Awesome. So you played. Who did you play in game number 1 again?
I played Mephisto.
Okay, that's what I thought. I just didn't want to be wrong about that. So we were talking a little bit about the combo. You took a I think what do you call it? The Heroics Forever build or something like that?
Yeah, the
always have
Hysteria
heroic
build.
Yeah.
Yeah, so how much there were some fantastic plays with that Durance of Hate. How much would you attribute like your combos to your ultimate success? Because again, this was a very close game. So do you feel like your combos of your root combos and the Syndragosa and things like that were the key value there, or was there something else that you think was more valuable that ultimately led to you guys winning?
I think ultimately the value was they blew their entire ability load on May, who survived everything. So when they had nothing left, we were able to just turn around, throw a Syndragosa out, throw another Durance of Hate out, and blow them up.
For sure. And when you guys went to that top boss, there were 2 of them showing in the bot lane. So it seemed, I'm assuming you knew that was the case, so it seemed like a safe call.
Yep.
And then you then travel down, turn in your gems. You get a boss and a web weaver. Did you expect that this was likely the end of the game, or did you think that was still going to open up, just open up some keeps, and there was going to be more to go?
I mean, I called boss turn in win, and that was the intention, and we pulled it off.
Sure. So was there anything in game number 1? Obviously, you guys get the win. Was there anything in game number 1 that between 1 and 2, you said, or anybody else said, okay, let's do this better so that in game number 2, we know we're successful? Was there any one point that you guys kind of said, let's focus on?
Well, they're 2 different maps. So I think in game number 1, the general strategy between game number 1 and 2 was just stay away from Variant. And, ETC had to be like a linebacker up in his face the whole time, the second game. Thankfully, May was able to survive literally everything the first game. So I think it came down to our tank choices in both games. Because ETC was just able to zone out Varian the second game. May was able to survive everything the first game. And I think if it were any other tank, that would not have been the case.
Which, any other tank, a lot of the tanks were banned out in both games. 3 of them in the first round in game number 1, 4 in the first round in game number 2. Was it kind of your goal originally to look for that ETC in that second game?
Well, yeah, because DeWitt's a freaking good tank. So we can't let him play his tanks.
Fair enough. Rek, what questions have you got for Flash here?
Yeah, I got a couple. Or at least one. At any time during the first game, it was just so back and forth, and I think you guys won it 10 kills to 9. So, like, looking at it from a glance, you could tell, even just from a glance, rather, that it was extremely close. Was there any, like, moments of panic, like, were comms generally still positive, or were you guys kind of, like, at the edge of your seats?
The first game, you ever play those games where, like, yeah, you get killed, yeah, you get behind a little bit, but you still don't feel like the game is out of your control? That was what game number 1 was.
All right, gotcha.
So it's like, yeah, we were getting killed, yeah, we were getting, they got picks on us every once in a while, but like we still didn't feel like the map was out of control. And even when they had like a web weaver phase coming at our keeps, we were still able to hold our ground, and we still didn't feel like the game was out of control. So we were able to just keep it together, run it down top lane with a boss and a web weaver, and end the game.
Okay. And my other question is about game 2. You guys picked Rhaegar as your healer. I want to ask how does he fit into that comp? Is it just simply for the ancestral for a second health bar for the front line, or was there another plan with that? Was it just simply a comfort pick?
I don't know. We just freaking picked it.
Oh, okay. That's totally fine.
We just picked it. It was nice to have a cleanse. Well, like we were thinking
cleanse.
Yeah, we were thinking cleanse. So we were thinking Uther, but we're like Uther's not gonna spit out enough health for us. So
Right.
He just like hovered Rhaegar at the last second, and we're just like, okay, sounds good.
Yeah, no, I think, and yeah, Aero even mentioned in the draft, like, his cleanse is generally shorter than others. But I think we compared it to Brightwing, which we actually were kind of hoping to see, but in hindsight, probably wouldn't have been that great, right? Because a taunt from Varian, or maybe you cleanse that, but not the Tehran stun,
Right.
or any other follow up. So in hindsight, I think that Rhaegar was absolutely the pick.
As
possibly
the
than
official
Brightwing.
level 100 plus Brightwing player, I disagree with Rek. I think it would have been still a very valuable pick, but obviously the Rhaegar worked really well.
I need to mute this guy.
Valuable, but I think Recychic makes a good point because Brightwing's cleanse doesn't grant you unstoppable. So with the load of CC that they had between the Varian taunt and the Tyrande stun, I think Rhaegar ended up being the right pick.
Yeah, and even Gazlo too, assuming he shows up to that fight. Yeah, there's a lot of potential for a screw up or a slight mistime, or maybe a recalculation on their part, maybe bait out the cleanse or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things. There's a lot of factors that go into it. So in hindsight, I think Rhaegar was the pick. Possibly White Bane.
We were thinking that too, but
Yeah.
same thing with Rhaegar. It's just his cleanses, I think,
Yeah.
a little bit shorter.
Yeah, absolutely. So now I see right. So that's all I got.
Well, in any case, it worked out for you. You guys get the W. I don't know if your next opponents have been decided. I know it's Nexus Cats or something Slaps. I don't remember their full name. But you know, are you already prepared for that? Have you even gotten to looking? Heavy Slaps, that's who it is. Do you know anything, like any specific preparation for either of these teams that you're interested in facing?
Who won? Do we know?
I don't think that it's. Let me just take a look and I'll tell you. I know that a couple of the cats were in chat. Let me see if there's nothing reported. So I think that is tonight though, isn't it? Do you know?
Well, there is in the Div C chat. It says GG's Heavy Slaps, so I guess it's been done.
All right,
I don't know
there you
who
go.
won. I don't know who won it though.
Yeah,
But do I have to report this? I forget.
You do, yes.
Okay, you do.
Yeah, so it was earlier, and I'm going to pull up the stream here real quick. It was Cats 2-0 over Heavy Slaps. Spoiler alert if anybody was hoping to watch that and didn't want to know. So there you go, Nexus Cats. They're your next opponents. Anything you want to say to them before we get into shoutouts?
I don't know. I'll do my scouting tomorrow.
Fair enough.
I don't know, man. I don't know enough. I'll do my homework tomorrow.
All right. Well, sounds good. Do you recall how you guys did against them in the regular season?
I think it was 1-2 in their favor, or maybe they 2-0'd us. I can't remember.
Okay. All right.
I know we didn't win, so it was either 1-2 or 2-0 them.
Gotcha. I'm pulling up the page right now. House of Chez versus Nexus Cats was 2-0 in their favor. So gonna have to put in a little homework so that you can pull out a victory on that one. Bring that up.
I just realized what I just said. Tomorrow is Friday, and tomorrow is not a school night, so I am not doing my homework. I will do it on Monday.
Fair enough. I think you have some time.
I'm a high school teacher. It's a joke for those of you who don't know.
Fair enough. I did not know that.
Well, that's all right.
Shui says you're supposed to say spoiler alert.
I was
before the spoiler.
literally about to say that, Aero. I was like, okay, and I'm like, nah, it's not important. I want to get this going.
Yeah. All right. Well, Flash, let's go ahead and wrap this up. What shoutouts do you have?
The whole team, as usual. Caribou, Chesmix, Mariners, the dude who is not bad because he landed 3 rip tires at the end of that last game. So officially, as of today, the dude is not that bad at this game. Anyway, Death of Icarus, No Dice, the whole crew. We love you guys, and we look forward to playing next week.
Right on. Have a wonderful night, and congratulations again on your victory. Don't forget to report your match, and keep in mind that your next match is next week, so get on scheduling that. Don't wait too long on that one.
Awesome. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it.
Yeah, buddy.
So long.
See you later.
Alrighty then. Rec, call ya.
Okay.
Are you there? Hi there. There we go. Now I'm in the call.
Oh,
It always looks a little like I called you, but I don't show up on the call for some reason. I don't know what's going on there. Let's
Weird,
bring you back up
to say the
on.
least.
There you are. There's Recychic. So, Rec, we're all done. This was the only cast we had for tonight. And, I mean, it was still an exciting match. It was a 2-0 victory, but it was still, you know, a really exciting match to watch between these two teams. Two teams that are very well historic, I guess you would say, in the NGS community.
Well organized.
Well, yeah, I mean, sure, they're well organized too, but they're really
Well known.
integrated into
Yeah.
the NGS community and especially the Div C community.
Yeah, for sure.
And you know, like you mentioned, Zoltan Distillery, they're going to be starting up here soon. I think maybe as soon as next week. So you know, make sure you check out some of those casts. Look for those. I don't know if House of Chez is participating in that. I think sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. So who knows? Maybe they could find themselves playing against each other again soon. But for now, that's it for us. Rec, anything you want to say to Twitch chat before we head out for the evening?
To Twitch chat, I just want to say I love you. Thanks for coming out tonight. It was a good time. I thought they had a couple of really good games in there, and I'm actually pretty happy about that. Pretty pleased. So that's cool. I hope you all had fun too, and get gazzed.
Get gazzed.
Get gazzed.
Alrighty. Well, thanks everybody for joining us. I'm going to go ahead and send us over to another NGS matchup that's taking place right now, being cast by Bankai. This is Division D West. Cool Cats and Kittens versus Puns Upon a Time. So thanks again for joining us. Hope you had a wonderful time, and see you again soon.